Recording has started. It is 7 o'clock. So, Mikhail, you can, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I do not see Larry or Mike right now. But for those of you who don't know, my name is Shushan. I'm the manager here at Fluvanna Dive Center Lynchburg. I also am the travel coordinator as well. So I've been working with Mikhail quite a bit, and we're going to be working a lot closer here in the next year on this incredible journey, bucket list journey that we're going to be taking together. We still have a couple spots available, so if anybody has friends or anything, this meeting is designed to just kind of give an introduction of what this is all about, to really bring it to the forefront, and it's real now. It's making it real. So Larry and Mike are the owners of Fluvanna Dive Center, and
Hey,
hopefully they'll
Shashawn.
be. Yes. Oh, Mike's
I've been
here.
on,
Oh, great.
I've
Yay,
been
Mike's here.
I've
Okay.
been on here for 10 minutes. It's okay.
I just didn't see your beautiful face.
Yeah, I'm
I'm sorry. So let me turn it over to Mike. He will introduce himself, and then we'll pass it on to Mikhail.
Great.
uh I wasn't planning on talking, so
Just tell
uh
him who you are and
oh,
what you do with.
okay. I'm Mike Hinton, one of the owners of Fluvanna Dive Center. I'll be on the trip along with my business partner Larry, and we're looking forward to it. It sounds like it's going to be a really great trip, and looking forward to meeting y'all when the trip begins.
Did you forget you're also going to be along with your wife?
Oh yeah, my wife's coming too. Yeah, that's the Laura that's on here, just so you know, Shashawn.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. And then the one you see there, the DS, that's my husband, David Schmall. And then we have Virgil, who's joining us. Virgil, where are you right now?
I'm in Raleigh.
You're in Raleigh. Okay, so you're in the States.
Yep.
Virgil travels quite extensively. And then I don't know where Larry is, but Larry is hopefully will be joining us later. So I'm going to turn this over to Mikhail. She can introduce herself and Victor. And I'm going to let one other person in, Grace Benson. She's interested in this trip for next year. Okay. Hi, Grace. I saw you came in. So I'm introducing Mikhail, who is the trip leader in Africa. She's the one setting this all up. So I'm going to turn that over to her.
Well, hi, I'm Mikhail Bergen, and it's kind of funny to see some of you that I know really well. But I'm going to keep this short because I've got 9 months to sort of tell my story. But I am a PADI instructor and have traveled the world to go diving. I first came to Tanzania January of 2021, and it changed my life. I'm now a resident of the country and live in Arusha with my brother, adopted brother, Victor. I don't live with him. That sounded wrong. I live near him. But I really wanted to introduce the star of the show tonight, and that is my brother, Victor Bobelwa Zoba. Victor has 20 some years of Kilimanjaro and safari guiding experience. So he brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to a trip like this. And maybe more importantly, he brings the warmth and graciousness that really embodies the spirit of Tanzania and the Tanzanian people. So I'm really excited to introduce him. I like to call him the guide's guide. In addition, when he's not out on safari, he teaches at the professional tour guide school of Arusha, developing and mentoring the next generation of safari guides. And I'll tell you that I've not been on a safari with him where he hasn't been stopped by at least one student who proudly introduced them to their clients, just because they're so proud to have had him as a teacher. And so the guide's guide, Victor Babella.
Hello, everybody.
Anything you want to introduce yourself more, Victor, or are you going to let it stand?
Yeah, that was quite a bit to bit, but can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so name is Victor, and so grateful and to have this opportunity to meet everybody today. And I'm very excited to and can't wait to have you guys here, where we'll be joining us for a safari. And uh, I work as a guide. I since the late 90s, 2000, and then uh, based on Kilimanjaro and Safari. So uh, bringing people and sharing our beautiful country and uh, getting people to have that beautiful wildlife experience, getting that opportunity to do that once in a lifetime a trip to Tanzania. So it's always a great pleasure to meet new people, making new friends. And my sister Michaela has been a big part of everything that we are doing now. And so excited that I get to do this with her. And as she shares her friends and family and everybody that comes along and join us in our beautiful country, something that we are very grateful and so proud to be able to do it. And I live in Arusha with my wife and son. We live in an extended family. Mikkel is one of them. So we're very, very excited to have you guys here, and we are hoping that uh, when the time comes, you'll be also become our disciples of tourism and wildlife in Tanzania and Zanzibar. We're very excited. Very nice to meet everybody.
So, Shishan, I'm going to go into the presentation if that's okay. Put a presentation together here for oops. Oops. Sorry. Yeah. So we've done the introductions. One thing that, we have several of these meetings leading up to the trip. And so I'll start with some useful Swahili words that you will see me use in correspondence and stuff. And caribou is welcome. Welcome to Tanzania, or you are welcome. Asante is thank you. Asante sana, thank you very much. And habari. Habari is a normal greeting with the proper response being nzuri, which means good. And then pole is an expression of empathy. But that's not to be confused with my first Swahili word, pole pole, which is slowly. And you will hear that often. As a matter of fact, if you've watched The Lion King at all, you already know some Swahili words. If you remember, the baboon was named Rafiki, and that's Swahili for friend. And anybody want to guess what Simba is in Swahili? It is the lion. And you will also hear Hakuna Matata. It's one of those things that wasn't really an expression that was regularly used prior to The Lion King coming out, but Hakuna Matata, no worries. And that's what we plan to do is greet you in Tanzania and have you have no worries. It's just going to be a great time. I have a brief agenda. We've done the introductions of both Victor and I, and we're just going to share some information to make sure that we get started and this countdown in the right way. So the next introduction is actually the journey. I just wanted to provide some geographic reference of what this journey is, where this journey is going to take us. Tanzania itself is about the size of two Californias, or California and Nevada put together. A big country with a lot of varying environments and such. We are going to be focused on the safari in the northern part. You can see where Mount Kilimanjaro is. You will be coming in to the Kilimanjaro airport, spending that first night in Arusha, coming down here to Tarangire National Park, and then we'll go up to Ngorongoro Crater. We'll then take a chartered flight from the Manyara Airport to Stone Town on Zanzibar. The first night will be in Stone Town. That next morning will be our chance to go diving for the first time on Zanzibar. We'll go out to a little island out of Stone Town, and then head over to the northeast part of the island, which in my opinion is the best beach on the island, of 10 kilometers of pure white sand, and a lovely lagoon. And we'll spend then the diving on Nemba Atoll, right off the 25-30 minute boat ride from Matemwe. And just to get you all excited, I put this video together, and so enjoy. So hopefully that helps get you even more excited, and a sort of an overview of what we hope to see on both safari and on Zanzibar. And I'm going to stop sharing here and give Victor a moment to kind of talk about the safari portion and what we hope to see.
Thank you, Michaela. That was a great job on the video presentation there. Kind of got setting up the bar up there for us to get ready ourselves and give you guys a great time. So on the end of the as you arrive on safari, then you'll be in Arusha town, which is the gateway to all the northern circuit, the famous one, the safari destination. So it's kind of beautiful, vibrant town, and people are generally very friendly, and you'll be meeting a lot of people willing to smile at you. So it's always exciting to start your journey in Arusha, whereby you'll be meeting from everybody, the waiters, the people that you'll be meeting as we go along are usually really nice and kind, and they'll be willing to share a thing or two about Abreu. So Mikel said it very well about the greetings, hello, habari. So those are the words that you'll be hearing a lot as we go to accommodations, different places you'll be hearing those. So Tanzania and the places that we'll be going are very beautiful sites, especially for someone that is looking for that wildlife experience, that Tanzania wildlife experience, because the spot that will be going, starting with just on the way to Tarangire, beautiful cultural of the Maasai. Maasai, the local tribe, known for its keeping its tradition, and will still be. They usually have a 7-year season of circumcision for boys. So on the road, we'll be seeing little Maasai boys, and me and Mikel and everybody will be trying to explain to you about the culture and the people and everybody. So that's usually very great to share along the way as we go to the park. But Tarangire National Park is usually known for its giants. So you have like these big heads of elephants, the baobab trees, and as maybe around 8 or 9 years now, the government has put a lot more focus on anti-poaching activities. So that has helped to bring a bigger population of these animals back into different areas in different parks. So we're usually excited to share these heads of elephant as they come and go through the water holes, and the baobab trees, big baobab trees. Some are bigger, like you can even the people use them as even like a studio apartment. It's a big, the porches hides in them, and so we usually is very excited to get you guys to go see the baobab. Very nice history, legend. Some of them are as old as 1,000 or more than 1,000 years. So it's usually an exciting. With the wildlife, Tarangire is really beautiful, and the name itself, Tarangire, comes from Tara means the river, and Gire means the warthogs. So it's more like a river of warthogs from the native language. It's there is a Tarangire River which is flows across the park all year round, which makes Tarangire very desirable destination because of the permanency of water around the park. Then you usually have animals around the area all year round. So so that's usually a very great place to be. But also if you have some people are keen in bedding, there is beautiful diversity of birds in Tarangire, giraffes, big heads of buffaloes and warthogs. You can also find lions. So it's one of those places that you really want to be around. And our accommodation are set in the wild in Tarangire. So you get out of your tent and it's just the wilderness surrounding you and beautiful surrounding of acacia trees and the vastness of the wilderness. So beautiful. We have come to know the staff of these places. Very, very nice people, very welcoming. They love Mikhail. So it's usually very excited to always go back there and bring out people and just share that. They are so proud of what they do and what they want to share with people. And so with the Tarangire, usually the game drive is so exciting because you go to all the vegetation. You have the grassland, you have the woodland, you have the riverine where you will have like the pastures. So it usually brings a big diversity, especially when it comes to amount of wildlife. So it's usually really great. And the game drives are usually something that you just want to do. And we always try to get you back to camp in time because sometimes we do get carried away. So just excuse us as we want to show you as many things as we can during Tanzania. And Ngorongoro crater, which is not necessarily a crater, is actually a caldera. It's unbroken. So it's like 18 to 20 kilometers wide. So it's pretty a small space. And the concentration is usually what attracts us to take people there. And you can at least have 30,000 big different species of animals in there. So the number for such a small place to have at least 30,000 animals in them is usually beautiful. Heads, pride of lions, heads of wildebeest, buffaloes, elephants in the marshes. The government has also introduced the white rhino in the crater. So we are hoping that by the time you guys come here, to be an opportunity to see was two types of rhino because it's usually a white and a black rhino. So we are very excited about that too. I hope that is something that is going to be able to do. But the Ngorongoro is that place, even if you get to go to just half a day, it's the place that you get that maximum beautiful experience as you go down the caldera and just witness all that. And there is also, and the concentration of wildlife in there is usually supported by the permanent water supplies that's coming from the highlands. So with the flamingos coming in the Soda Lake, so it's usually beautiful, and with a good amount of luck, it's a place where we usually you can be able to see the big five, the elephant, the buffalo, the lions, the leopards, and the elephant. So it's usually that beautiful place whereby you can be able to see. And it's also on the way to Ngorongoro. There is a great Rift Valley, with my geology friend Mikhail is so proud of. So it's very visible as we are approaching the highlands. And see the Lake Manyara, which has been flooding in recent years. So as we come from Tarangire, it's usually beautiful sighting as we go to Ngorongoro. On the way, there are small villages, Mtowambu, a small village with all the tribes that are found in Tanzania. So always excited to go to this location and be able to share what we love, and in the hope that you'll be able to live with that great wildlife experience from our beautiful Tanzania. And always exciting to be able to see all these animals in their natural settings, just do their own things. It's just usually really great opportunity to share with everybody. I'm excited.
So I don't know how much time you want to spend, but if anybody has any specific questions of Victor at this time, well, raise your hand or unmute yourself. Anybody?
So what should we plan? What should we plan on for attire, clothes? What's the weather going to be like? Shorts only, or do we need to be slacks and jackets and etc.
So July is the cold season for Tanzania, and so the weather is quite pleasant usually, but it will get cool in the evenings when the sun goes down and in the morning. And then the highlands themselves, you're at elevation, and so it can be quite cool. So I always recommend at a minimum a sweater or a sweatshirt, light jacket. Shishan, you might want something. You might want more than one layer because I know she gets cold. So yes, it does get cool. I mean, like in the 50s overnight, and then it'll be probably in the 70s, high 70s. It'll be dry, but it's not maybe as hot as you would expect.
Great, thanks.
But even if the sun is intense, right? So hat, sunscreen, sunglasses is definitely called for. Any other questions of Victor? Of course, we've got 9 months to address questions, and we'll gladly do so if you have any. But I just wanted to give everybody a moment at this time. We good? I'll go back to sharing. Well, actually, I'm not going to go back to sharing because the next thing was just a little overview of Zanzibar. Lies just off the coast of the mainland of Tanzania. Real interesting history of just the blending of maritime cultures. It was under Omani, it was part of the Omani realm for 400 years. So it had that very strong Arabic influence. At one point, it was actually even the capital of Oman, the Sheikhdom of Oman. You have the Portuguese that were, maritime explorers that came through, of course, the continent of Africa, and India, the subcontinent of India coming through. So, and then obviously the colonization of Europeans, first with the Germans and then the British. So you have this just complex history and all of the melding of these different cultures on Zanzibar. Has the nickname the Spice Islands. At a time, it was the largest exporter of cloves. And it's amazing when they're harvesting the cloves, you can just drive down the road and smell it. And I love the smell of cloves. But it also has a tragic history. It was the center of the East African slave trade for hundreds of years, and in fact wasn't completely abolished until 1910. So not such a long time since that tragic part of their history. But it's a beautiful island with a tropical island in the Indian Ocean. When we get over to, we'll learn more about the history in Stone Town, but then you go over to the village of Matemwe, and just have the relaxing beach. Diving is pretty, I call it easy and chill for the most part. Not a lot of pelagics, not the big stuff, but very interesting reef life and abundance of fish. And we will have, again, more time to introduce more details about both Safari and Zanzibar. But again, I'll just pause for a minute if there's a question from anybody. And I will take silence as a no. And I will go back because we have some more sorry about the noise, more logistics to so there's a few things that need to be addressed sooner than later. A good time to look at international flights. I was back online looking at prices yesterday, and this is what I was seeing. I focused on Dulles to Kilimanjaro Airport, which is JRO, and then Zanzibar back to Dulles. So it's a multi-city reservation that needs to be made. The two airlines that I've used is Ethiopian Air and Qatar Air. I've actually been on Swiss Air as well. That one I would recommend for the chocolate. They hand out chocolate in the air. Ethiopian Air and Swiss Air are code shares with United. And it's interesting to me. So United actually has the lowest, these are obviously economy, not basic economy, but sort of normal main cabin economy. The United actually uses their code share partners, Ethiopian and Swiss, so it's not a United plane, but they don't use the best connections. So you just need to make a choice. Do you want to save a few $100s and have extra connections? I've flown a lot on Ethiopian Air and have always found it reliable and comfortable. In fact, their transatlantic flights, they have a new fleet, a relatively new fleet of airplanes that do the transatlantic portion of that. So you're looking at planes that are less than 10 years old. Qatar has a reputation of being a little bit more posh. And then you also have the opportunity, two others, the KLM, Delta, Code Share, and Turkish Air. You would need to go from Zanzibar to Dar es Salaam. It's a 30-minute flight, $30. So it's doable. It just increases the transit time. If those were airlines that you were more interested in using. So again, I'll just pause if there's questions on international flights. Actually, I'm not going to pause. One more thing is I typically go to the airline web pages and make my own reservations. A consolidator like Kayak or maybe your favorite travel agent can get flights that like incoming flight from Ethiopia and outgoing flight from Qatar. It's not something that I usually do, but those are also available. Unless you have a compelling reason, I would recommend not flying through Nairobi, just because it's kind of a hassle in that airport and may require a Kenyan visa. And then you open yourself up to the yellow fever. Kenya is a yellow fever endemic country, and it would require a yellow fever vaccination to enter into Tanzania. So,
Mikhail, I have
if you have
questions.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
so, because we're gonna try to make our arrangements soon here. So David, I want to make sure you understand this too. So we're looking, let's say we decide to go with Ethiopian Air. IAD is Dulles, right?
IAD is Dulles, yes.
Okay, so Ethiopian Air, we buy each one of these separate, like chunked, like Dulles to Kilimanjaro, and then we buy that, and then we buy. Okay.
So you, you have an option of round trip, one way, or multi-city. Use the multi-city.
Oh,
And so
okay.
so it's actually one reservation. It's
Okay.
just, and I'm happy to help with that, walk you through it when you're doing that. These airfares, in my experience, are, I don't know that you will find them lower if you decide to wait. So they're pretty they're on the low side. Yes, David.
All right.
Okay,
Oh,
let's see
sorry,
if we
I
can
gotta.
do this. Yeah,
Sorry, he's in the same room as me. Just you turn
actually,
yours off.
hold on. There we go. All right, so,
Here. Go.
does that work? Is
Yeah,
that,
talk.
okay, it's happening. Okay, good. So multi-city, so from Dulles to Kilimanjaro, and then we're gonna do all that and then head to Zanzibar, and then we go back from Zanzibar to Dulles. So they're direct flights, is that correct?
So none of them are direct flights,
Okay.
but
Via Addis
Ethiopian
Ababa.
Air is
Right.
Dulles to Addis Ababa, to JRO, and then Zanzibar to Addis Ababa
Yep.
to
So,
Dulles.
and with Qatar Air, that
It's
hinge
the
would be
same
from
except for it
Doha.
goes through Doha.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I've heard good things about Qatar Air as well as Ethiopian Air.
I have two. Yeah. The airport in Doha is a lot fancier than the airport at Addis Ababa, but the airport at Addis Ababa, they've done a lot of modernization of it. So, but it's the flights that I was seeing was a relatively, it's like an hour and a half transit time, transfer time. So it's not like you have 7 hours there or anything like that. You can
With
get the
the
7 hour one or the 19-hour one if you wanted to, but
yeah.
um, it's a
So
pretty straight
with
flight.
let's see, KLM, is that Dutch or German?
What's
It's
that?
Dutch. KLM is a Dutch airline, yes?
Dutch, yeah, that's the one that goes through Amsterdam.
Okay. Um,
Uh,
with United, are there multiple cities, multiple connections that you have to make?
so, um, no, actually, it's the one that was 1803 is using Ethiopian Air, but instead
Mhm.
of an hour and a half transfer time in Addis Ababa, it was like 7 hours in Addis Ababa.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which I don't understand. Uh, but um, I, in my experience, United is always a higher fare than going to the code shares, and I used to use United because I had points and status and everything like that. But um, now I'm usually looking at the number, the monetary instead of the points. But Anyway,
Mikhail?
you've got some choices, but
Mikhail, I see Carl on here. Carl joined us. Carl, do you have, what airlines did you get, or what flights, or is it totally, are you on a totally different thing?
We're
Can you hear me, Carl?
letting
So-
Brenda, I'm letting Brenda talk to me. Well, anyway, can you hear?
Yeah, we
Mhm.
can hear you.
Yeah, we're largely doing Qatar, through Doha, and of course, we have an extension to our trip, so we're not coming back immediately from Zanzibar. We're doing Serengeti after Zanzibar, so I think we're going JRO both. Yeah,
that's correct.
both coming
Yes.
and going. But we're
Yeah.
going Qatar through Doha. We've flown Qatar a fair amount. We were frustrated. We could not get the business class for points, reasonable kind of things like we've pulled off with Qatar in the past. That was like kind of impossible to do. But it is a really nice airline, and the airport is fabulous. The airport, if you care about the airport is fabulous. That is like been rated like the nicest airport in the world or something. But
What would be
I
the
guess, hey,
best?
Shashan, hey,
Yeah, Mike.
Michaela, this is Mike. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. What day and time do we need to be in Kilimanjaro? Because you've got plus 1 day, plus 2 days, you got the time change. So in figuring out flights, what day and time do we need to be at Kilimanjaro to head to the hotel, I guess?
So, at a minimum, you want to arrive anytime on July 12th.
July 12th, okay.
And if we do, you can come a day early and spend some
Right.
time in Arusha. You can come 3 days early and add some other things as well. So that is up to you and something that you'll want to decide and let us know.
Right. Yeah, because I'm just
If you,
like
so
looking at, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
there are flights that arrive, most of them are plus 1 day. I think Turkish was the only one that was plus 2, but they leave at like midnight. And so it's some of them arrive later at night, 9 or even later, 9 p.m. Most of the departures from Zanzibar are later in the day. No big deal. We can have
Yeah.
spend some time in Stone Town, and I'll have a day room for refreshing and
Right.
resting before heading to the airport. So
Yeah, because I like looking at KLM, for example, they leave Dulles at 5:50 and you get then to Kilimanjaro at 7:55 the next day. So like I wasn't sure if that was too late. So if I leave Dulles on July 11th at 5:50, I get into Kilimanjaro at 7:55 on the 12th, kind of
yeah,
thing.
that's fun.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure
From
out
our
for the flights.
perspective, that's fine. We'll take you to the Arusha
Okay,
accommodations, but we're starting the next morning.
okay,
That's
yeah. 'Cause
that's the
there's
one caveat.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, so basically we've got to be there on sometime on the 12th, is what you're saying.
that's correct.
Okay, that's what I needed. Okay, thank you. That's what I needed. I wasn't sure. That's what I really wanted to find out to look at flights. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And Mikhail, if we wanted to slow burn it there, like go on a leg, spend the night at a hotel, then go the next leg, would the Qatar be the best one?
Well, God, the best depends on what I don't know. You can do that with in Addis Ababa as well.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I think I had a 10-hour layover in Zurich once, and
Okay.
that didn't hurt my feelings. So
Carl, you
another
have a
hand
question?
up.
Say, we're actually leaving Dulles on Thursday and we're gonna do a one night overnight in Doha. There are a bazillion hotel options and they were really seemed inexpensive for what, how, kind of what level of hotel they were. But we're doing that. And then we're gonna end up there on the 11th on, I guess that's Saturday. So we just wanted to get there kind of a day early. We sometimes do that just to buffer on a big trip so that if you have a problem, you don't end up missing the trip or something.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think we're looking to do too.
Well, and we will
Plus
do our
time
best
change.
to entertain you once you get here, if it's a day early or not. We will need to know, this is one of those things though, if accommodations fill up, desirable accommodations fill up. July is one of the high seasons. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So that's why we're bringing this forward now.
I
So
have a
that we can
question
make those
about
arrangements.
Doha in Qatar. Has anybody been there, and is it worth the effort to go there?
Well, it has some interesting things. I mean, it's a big, glassy, modern city for the most part. And I think the touristy things tend to be modern spectacles and maybe less ancient culture. You'd have to be there for a couple of days to really kind of get a cultural feel, but yeah, go see some really tall buildings and fancy whatever. Why not? It's kind of like a why not. Um,
Versus
I
Addis
actually,
Ababa.
so that's another one that's just kind of interesting. There's ouch, sorry, accommodations near the airport. It's just a little bit, well, there is a lot of modernization in Addis Ababa as well, but it is also African. So and good coffee, so uh um I haven't spent
So,
any time outside the airport in Addis Ababa. It looks kind of interesting, but I don't have any personal experience.
so basically, Mikhail, this is kind of our first thing on the list that we need to be doing is you would recommend that we start looking at these flights and actually purchase them relatively soon.
That is my recommendation. I don't I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't, so no guarantees and everything like that. But in my opinion, the rates are only going to go up. They're not going to go down between now and then, if that's your concern.
Mhm.
So you mentioned one option has a visa issue. I guess in general, what is our visa situation? Do we have to worry about that at all, or do we just need a
No, and
passport?
if you allow me, I can move forward to that particular topic. Let me just mention that there are room upgrades available on Zanzibar if anybody is interested. There, I think we have pool view, double rooms reserved at Tembo Hotel if you want a suite. I don't recommend it, honestly, because you're only going to be there for one night, and I intend to keep you busy, but that option is available. At Villa Kiva, we'll be there for 4 nights, and we have garden rooms, and there are, if you want the ocean view with the balcony with the table where you can drink your coffee. Just let us know, but you can also do it through the We Travel portal. Here, there's a document that has been shared with you. I call it the Know Before You Go. I stole that from the aggressors, but there are a couple of things that you need to consider sooner than later. Make sure that your passport is valid for 6 months after departure and has 2 blank pages. You were asking about vaccinations, I think. There are no requirements for entry into Tanzania unless you are traveling through yellow fever endemic countries, which Kenya happens to be one of. Otherwise, it is not required. One of the reasons I'm putting this up, vaccinations, in this presentation early on is it's really just best to schedule an appointment with your medical provider and ask for those recommendations. My recommendation is make sure you're updated on tetanus shots, but that's true on any dive destination. Malaria, you'll hear a lot about malaria. I don't personally and have never used the prophylactics, but they are available. Bug repellent and sleeping under mosquito nets are the best option. But I understand that the prophylactics work. It just depends on your comfort level, I guess. Visas, and then Zanzibar has a mandatory insurance that needs to be done. They can be purchased online, and I recommend that you do it online so that you don't have to worry about it upon arrival. But you'll want to do that 1 to 2 months in advance, and we will be sending out a reminder to do that in May. Particularly for the visa, I've never had any issues. You apply and you usually get it back within 2 weeks. Sometimes you get it back in 3 days. Sometimes you get it back in 2 weeks. If there is, and we'll provide the specific information that you need to do the online application. If you get concerned after 2 or 3 weeks that you haven't received your visa, let us know so that we can go to the immigration office and sort it out. Does that answer your question? David, I think it was you.
Yes, yeah. And of course I have another one, but I'll let you get to a stopping point first.
I'm at a stopping point.
Okay, so power cords.
Power cords, yes.
In Europe, what are our adapters necessary?
Type G, which is the 3-prong that you use in the UK. If you give me a second, I will show you. Can you all see that?
Yeah, not really. Can you turn it to the side?
That side?
Yeah, that's a little better. Are those square connections or?
They are. They're square. They're not round.
Okay, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, it's the UK. The UK one with the 3 kind of square. I can send a picture. I think I have a picture that I can make sure that everybody knows, but definitely.
And Mikhail,
Okay.
just to let everybody know, the Know Before You Go was sent in the email with this last email that I sent, so you guys can take a look at that. Also, David wanted to know, what is the insurance for in Zanzibar?
So it's basically travel insurance. And it's intended to, if you have to, and health insurance. I mean, so it's travel insurance, like if you lose your bags or stuff like that, but it's also for medical. It'll cover medical expenses on Zanzibar, and it's mandatory. the fact that you have travel insurance or international health insurance is irrelevant. It's required. It's a fee, actually. It's an entry fee for a lot of people, but it's mandatory. So, other
A lot of
questions? I think that.
yeah. A lot of countries do that. Go ahead. I know, but we'll go over what it covers later. All right, Miguel, go ahead.
Yeah, so that is what I've put together for this initial meeting. Trying to address the things that need to be considered earlier than later. And we've got lots of opportunities to address questions, and I see a hand up again.
Laura?
Yes, earlier on when you were talking, you said something about a We Travel portal. I don't know what that is.
We have on our website, the Fluvanna Dive Center website, we have migrated the trip over to that now. So it's when you register for this trip, some of us have registered, some of us haven't. So when you actually are ready, go through that portal, which is on our trips page, and you'll see the Tanzania safari. You just register that way. And then there's all these add-ons, you know, that if you want to add something or add days or whatever, it's all there on our website, which is something that everybody should start doing, you know, relatively soon. David's going to do it. I have not done it yet, but it's just our booking platform that we have for Fluvanna.
Yeah, and that is actually brought up specifically for the room upgrades. We're going to handle that through Fluvanna Dive Center, if that's something that you want to do. The pre or post package extensions are going to be directly with Transcendent Journeys. And so if you want to arrive a day early and have us make those arrangements, you need to let us know. And we will make it happen. So that's a lot of talking by me, but I'm done.
There is a
Laura, did you have
question.
another question?
Laura?
Or did we not? Did you have another question, or didn't I put your hand down?
I don't have another question, and I'm having trouble getting my hand down. Information.
I just put my hand up and I have no idea how to get it down now. So, okay. All right, as we go, as you guys know, I sent out a list of meetings. I believe, Mikhail, is it our next meeting is when? December? Is it? It's relatively spaced out right now,
No,
but
I
as
thought
we
it
get
was in November when we were there, or am I
Oh yeah,
lying?
you're right. You're right. So our next meeting is they don't have it on me. Mikhail, can you find that really quick? Do you know where that is?
I'm gonna stop sharing this.
Okay.
And
But next meeting is November. Then it's going to start once we get closer. It's going to start getting a little bit more regular, just so that we're all on the same timeline. We're all getting, you know, making sure that our visas are done, that everything we need to get done is done. And once we get closer, you know, Mikhail will do things like send out packing lists, and we'll get. It's kind of like planning for a wedding. As you get closer, you get more and more and more and more detailed. As time goes on. For right now, I would say our number one priority is to really look at how you want to get there, when you want to fly out, when you want to fly back. Do you want to add on the packages? Do you want to do extra stuff with Mikhail like the Beesmers are doing? Now is the time to be just figuring out the basic skeleton outline of the trip that you want. And I'm going to see if I can find when our next meeting is. which should be first person who finds that information gets a prize. Should have had that ready. I don't know, Miguel, when is it?
I would have to look for it.
Yeah. Can't find it either.
Can I ask a first world question?
Sure.
Yes.
What is the availability or possibility for Wi-Fi?
So, oops. I don't want to share. I'm sorry. So Wi-Fi will be readily available at your accommodations. When we're in on the game drives, probably not because you're going to be out in the wild.
Yeah.
There, Victor, you might help me remember, but when we're in the tented camp in the midst of Tarragere National Park for those 2 nights, I can't remember if they have anything available, but I have a hotspot that you can use.
They do have
and-
Wi-Fi
Okay, in
They
the
do have-
main
in
tent,
main
there's
area. Yeah.
there's Wi-Fi available. And then on Zanzibar, in the accommodations, combined with that is sort of is if you need international SIM cards or international calling plan. I have an unlocked phone, so I just have a local SIM card. You can get, if you do it that way, that you can have data on your phone as well. I have 5G. That's new this year. No, I have 5G sometimes. But
Okay. Is that also applicable to, say, a laptop?
Yes.
that's correct.
Okay.
I take
Thank
my
you.
laptop with me.
Yeah, I always go call T-Mobile and get the extra 5G. It's just like $30 extra or whatever, but that's definitely worth it. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
Mikhail,
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just adding to the point that you mentioned that if you get a plan from your mobile operator, usually works well, especially when you're out of the camp, and you can utilize the data that you have purchased in the for that particular amount. Or works well with what we had, the people coming over with those plans. It has been done well to them. So, and the Wi-Fi in the accommodations usually were a decent speed, so you can get some stuff done.
Great. I found the meetings. Oh, Carl, just a minute. I see your hand. All right. I found the meetings. I'll send this back out again, but December 1. Oh, that's a Monday again. Oh, they're all Mondays. Oof. December 1, February 2, April 6, May 13th, June 8th, and June 29th, and July 6th. So I'll send those back out, but our next one is December 1.
And at least from my perspective, it'll be shorter. We have just more information to share off.
Yeah, we're trying to take little bites. Okay, Carl, did you have a question or a comment?
No, we had found your meeting dates.
Oh, good for you. You can always count on Carl.
Actually, I have a question, and that's the We Travel thing. Can you some point tell us how to register for that?
Yeah, why don't I do this? I'll just send you guys just the link that you just go in. It's our new booking system, and it's so much easier than me sending you an invoice and then you do your calling, all that sort of thing. It's all inclusive. Everything's paid right there. It's really easy. It sends you the reminders and you sign your paperwork there. A majority of your paperwork for us, for Fluvanna, everything is there. So it's a much easier system.
Sounds great. And Michaela, expect an email for us about you know, reconfirming when we're getting there and that we'd like some activity, maybe the one extra day, just because we're going to get there a day early. And a hotel, really, most critically, the hotel.
I already got you in my mind sorted.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
So we can confirm that.
And Mikhail, we're gonna get there at least a day early, at least.
All right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just a general statement is, there's options of what you want to do if it's a day earlier, 2 days earlier, 3 days early. So, we can plan it out and address your individual interests. We've got, you know, multiple cars, so that early part does not have to be captive. And just to kind of to throw it out there, we did not address any kind of specifics about activities on Zanzibar. That is something that we will be sharing over the course of the few months. And there's what you want to do on a day-to-day basis in Zanzibar, diving, of course, in the morning, but you know, there's a lot of flexibility there. When you're on a game drive in Tarangire, you are captive to the game drives or the camp. But it's all about the excitement of the animals. So
Yeah,
I'm excited. It's going to be awesome.
I'm starting to get very excited. So, all right. Are there any other questions? You can always email me. You can always email Mikhail. Go through me,
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
guess, first. I'll be sending out, let me double check. I need to make sure that the We Travel booking system is I need to do a final check on it. Of those of you who have paid, it's already migrated into the system. So it'll show that you've already paid X number of dollars. So you don't have to worry about that. And then it'll just show what you owe from there. And the nice thing is you can just go in and pay when you have time or you want to do it. Any other questions before we let you guys go? I have recorded this, so I will figure out how to get also this link for the recording out. But like I said, we still have a couple spots. So if you have anybody who, good friends, good travel friends, this is the trip to take. This is the one. And this is a trip that has a lot of logistics, and Mikhail knows this system and Victor knows this system. So now's the time to take advantage of something and work with the specialists in this area. So if there's nothing else, I'd like to say thank you everybody for joining us. Again, let us know what your questions are. And if there's nothing else, then we'll say good night. Okay.
thank you
Good
so
night,
much.
everybody.
Reach
Bye.
out anytime.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for
Yeah,
joining.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.